Tottenham have completed their club record transfer, £65 million for Dominic Solanke. But that's old news at this point. What's news is that Spurs are hungry for a trophy, and Big Ange has a track record of winning a trophy during his second season. The pressure is on, but I have faith in my fellow Aussie, which is why today we are doing a Tottenham rebuild with Dominic Solanke, controlled as Ange Postecoglou. And this is the default starting 11 that we do have here when we load up the career mode. But I've updated the rosters. Dominic Solanke is in the squad. Brought in players like Archie Gray and Wilson Odobert as well. But you will notice players like Højbjerg that have gone out on loan already this season are still in the squad. I couldn't update the rosters so that he was on loan at Marseille, but I'm going to loan list him and everybody else that has gone out on loan and try to make it as realistic as possible in this first year. We do have our first man out for this season though, and that is going to be Ben Davies, who is heading to Fiorentina for 8.2 mil. I don't want to go berserk on the transfers in this first year, but I want to keep it somewhat realistic. A player like Ben Davies, I could see leaving Tottenham. And Giovanni Lo Celso has been rumored with a move to link up with Jose Mourinho at Fenerbahce. Unfortunately, I don't have the option to choose who comes in for my players, but it does feel realistic having Lo Celso going to Inter. And when it comes to bringing players in, Tottenham have done a lot of their work. They are rumored with 3 players at the moment, but I only intend on bringing one of them in this transfer window. And that is going to be for Eberechi Eze, the English attacking midfielder, rumored with a move away from Crystal Palace, linked with many clubs, including Tottenham. But we're getting the deal over the line here. Eze joins us for £32.5 million. Troy Parrott's getting the loan move like real life. And Sergio Reguilon, he's also rumored with a move away. He heads to West Ham in this universe. Of course, Højbjerg went on loan to Marseille in real life. The loan we got for him here is pretty comparable, and that is to send him to Juventus for 2 years. The game is absolutely kidding itself though if it thinks we're going to be sending Dominic Solanke off on loan. Jose Mourinho trying to come in for this guy. Also, I did notice that he does have a release clause. I'm delegating here. Perfect. No extension is fine by me, as long as there is no release clause. We get a loan move for Alfie Devine, who heads to Norwich. This might turn out to be one of the most controversial moves I make in the video, but Richarlison is no longer a Tottenham man. We have sold the Brazilian to AS Monaco. I want Dominic Solanke having no competition at the striker role in this first year. If you break your club record transfer fee, you need to make sure that that guy's going to get game time. Another Alfie heading on loan. This time it's Alfie Dorrington. And we got a loan move here for Alejo Veliz, but I don't know, because the two teams were in for him, both very contrasting teams, and he goes to Bournemouth for 2 years, so he's going to take Solanke's spot. It's funny though, because the other club that came in for him that we had accepted an offer for was Al Hilal. This really does feel like a transfer window purely based on loans. We're going to have another one, Ashley Phillips heading to Hull, but trust me guys, there is going to be plenty of transfers coming in and out as we move on in the years. I just wanted to keep this first season somewhat realistic. And I should probably let you guys know the other 2 players rumored with Tottenham at the time of recording are Jonathan David and Vanderson. Neither of these guys really made sense for me right now in a career mode sense. Obviously, we just got a striker in Solanke, and we've got Pedro Porro, who I intend on having as the starting right back for the entire video, so I don't want to go below £20 million on Vanderson and derail his career. Dane Scarlett gets a loan move to Aruka. And I'm going a little left field here, but with everything going on with Yves Bissouma right now and his suspension at Tottenham, I figured let's just cut ties for the year and give him a loan spell. It works out well because he doesn't really fit into my starting 11 plans right now, but we're going to loan him out to Aston Villa. At least the guy gets some former Champions League football. And the English wonder kid, Archie Gray, is also getting a loan. Take a shot every time I say the word loan, but he goes to Lazio for the year. Finally, we get this loan move over the line. Brian Gill, of course, has gone off on loan in real life, but in this save, I was only getting offers from like Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Man United. But we finally get him a loan move. It's to Atalanta for 2 years. But that is how we are going to conclude the opening transfer window. Like I said, only addition was Eberechi Eze, Dominic Solanke up top there. I'm excited to see how our new signings can produce in the first half of the year because the pressure is on. 2 key objectives this year. Would love to win a trophy, but most importantly, we need to get Champions League football back to Tottenham. So far, so good, sitting 4th in the Premier League with Tottenham. Villa, Newcastle, both breathing down our necks though. And we've got a bit of work to do. Got to go on a bit of a run if we want to solidify ourselves higher up the table. Liverpool currently 5 points clear. I'm going to make just one signing here in January though. I don't know if I necessarily agree with him taking the number 1 jersey, but Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper, Ange Postecoglou's worked with him in the Australian national team. He's got Premier League experience. We've got Fraser Forster retiring at the end of the year. We've got Brandon Austin who's going to be leaving on a free. So I figured let's get Matt Ryan into the club. We got him on a sporadic first team role. This seems like a no-brainer as a backup. Matty Ryan, welcome to Tottenham. I'm not going to lie to you fellas, the thing I love about doing this as an Ange Postecoglou rebuild is that it becomes realistic for me to sign Australian players. And if you know me, I love signing Australian players in career mode. It's a guilty pleasure. Matt Ryan, you've benefited from this. And yeah, that's confirmed. Brandon Austin will be joining Al Fire on a free transfer next year. Big Ange has got the lads back to Champions League football. Tottenham, we finished 4 points ahead of Villa, 1 point behind our North London rivals in Arsenal. 78 points is not a bad season, but we're heading back to the Champions League in season number 2 with Tottenham. Liverpool hold on and win the Premier League by 1 goal, and the relegation zone will see Everton, Southampton, and Ipswich going down. We don't win an FA Cup. I was hoping we might. That goes to Man City. We lost in the semi-finals to Man United. And Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. We lost in the semi-finals again as well. No trophies this year. I did disable European football for this first year, but 2 semi-finals appearances. That hurts. Heung-min Son has absolutely carried though. Even at age 31, he's still growing. 40 goal contributions this year. He genuinely might be in contention for a Ballon d'Or. I may have to check that in season number 2. Dominic Solanke, a half-decent season to start life at Tottenham, 19-3. Kulusevski goes up to an 85. Gets himself 27 goal contributions. You'll love to see it. Eze up to an 83. I can live with that. The lads on loan. Philip goes up to a 67. Dorrington up +3 as well. Højbjerg remains at an 81. Basuma goes up +2 at Villa. Archie Gray goes up to a 74. Devine up +3 to a 68. Brian Gill up +1. Troy Parrott in the 70s. Scarlett up +3. We're getting +3s across the board. Did Valise get much game time? He only got 2 games in the Premier League. That is incredibly frustrating. I might honestly call him back from his loan spell because he is out for 2 years. But we are going to be saying goodbye to Brandon Austin as we knew. Timo Werner, his loan move is expiring from RB Leipzig, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to turn it into a permanent transfer. We are absolutely stacked at the left wing role. Also, I did say Fraser Forster was going to be leaving the club. He was going to be retiring, but I was wrong. He's still got another year on his contract. Season 1 in the books, though, with Big Ange and Tottenham. Let's see what season 2 has in store. With Everton's relegation to the championship, there's a bit of a fire sale going on here, so we're going to go ahead and sign a backup left back in the Ukrainian defender Vitaly Mikolenko, joining us from Goodison Park for £15 million. I hate to do it again, lads, but there is going to be a lot of loans in this second season. Jamie Donnelly heading on a 1-year loan to Heidenheim. Saar has submitted a transfer request with us though. I can't remove him from it, but I don't want to sell him, to be totally honest. He's 21, 79 overall. It's going to be throwing money down the drain if we get rid of him right now. So I want to try finding a medium ground. I want to find a happy medium and a resolution. Man City want Heung-min Son. Not a chance. In fact, I'm going to block offers for him. Tyrese Hall heading to Turkey for the year. Another year, another loan move for Ashley Phillips. This time he's off to Italy. But with the Champions League coming up this year, we're definitely going to need more squad depth. High quality squad depth. We're going to sign a backup defender. Jean-Claire Todibo joining us from Nice. 32 mils a lot to spend on a backup defender, but he's got upside, a lot of upside, and I think he's going to work brilliantly with the type of football we play at Tottenham. Hoping Archie Gray can absolutely crush it at Benfica and come back as a stud. Going to be bringing up another man though from the championship. It is Gabriel Sara, the Brazilian attacking midfielder, is the perfect backup option to James Maddison and Eberechi Eze. We signed him from Norwich for 19.9 mil. I was debating doing this last year. I held off on it, but I think we've got so much quality and depth at the left midfield role that Wilson Odobert needs some growth. So he's packing his bags and heading north to Wolverhampton for the year. We've got an impressive side though, fellas. We really do. This is going to be a big year though, especially for Dominic Solanke, because you look at this side, And we probably should be spending a lot of money on an upgraded striker. And I fully expect Solanke to be a superstar. Like, I expect him to be so higher rated coming into FC 25. But right now with these FC 24 stats, I don't know, man. I'm hoping he can continue growing this year. But we're going to have some serious questions coming into January because we still have about £90 million in the bank. So if we're into the Champions League knockout rounds and he's not performing and not growing, I may move him to the backup role and get a starting striker in. But on the upside, I'm literally titling this, I rebuilt Tottenham with Solanke, so I feel like I should give him as long as possible to try becoming a superstar at the striker role. But we're going to head to late October, early November and see if our man Heung-min Son is nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Statistics-wise, he could definitely be in the conversation, but the fact we won no trophies might hurt him. Oh, also, we're in the Champions League. That's probably something important that I should be keeping an eye on, but we've got Atletico Madrid, Ajax, and Dinamo Kiev. So Tottenham's return to Champions League football. It's not going to be a straightforward one. It's going to be a tough baptism of fire, but I am hopeful we can get out of this group. Is he nominated? He is not. It is Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, Saka, Salah. That hurts, man. Poor Heung-min Son. Justice for Heung-min Son. Well, I feel a lot better about things now. That is a brilliant start to life in the Champions League. We are into the round of 16 with an absolute bang. Atletico Madrid grouped. We only lose one game, 15 points. Who have we got in the round of 16? Please be kind to me, European gods. It's Athletic Bilbao. All things considered, it's not a Real Madrid, it's not a Bayern Munich, and for that, I am appreciative. Mate, we are absolutely humping the league this season. It is a two-horse title race right now. Ourselves and Manchester City. We are 1 point behind City. A fat donut in the loss column. So we are currently on an invincible season. It would also be the most Tottenham thing ever to go invincible in the Premier League but still finish second. The thing that I'm really happy about is the fact we are 11 points ahead of third place Liverpool. It would take a monumental bottle job for us to not be back in the Champions League in Season 3. Solanke goes up +2. He's got 10 goals. It's an alright first half of the season, but that growth is enough for me to try keeping the faith at least for season number 2. Also, holy crap, Heung-min Son's already got 28 goal contributions. He's averaging a goal contribution a game so far this season. He took that Ballon d'Or snubbing personally. So we're going to keep the faith with the side we have got straight into the Champions League knockout rounds. The first time Ange Postecoglou has been in this position in his career. Can we take the Champions League by storm? Bilbao away in Basque country right now. Come on, Tottenham. Strong first leg. Oh, it's Solanke rescuing us there. Dominic Solanke in the 89th minute gets us an equalizer, and we are all tied up as we head back to North London. That's not the situation I wanted us to be in. And this is a much more stressful game than I anticipated. We are in a position where we might get dumped out of the Champions League in the round of 16, which would not be the dream. I want to see if we can go all the way with this team. The game is a 2-1 loss. What are we doing, lads? What? Ivan Toney plays for Bilbao right now. They have 2 shots the entire game and bag themselves 2 goals. Oh, we are dumped out of the Champions League in the round of 16. That is not what the doctor ordered. That is a huge failure. Now we have no excuse not to close it out in the Premier League. Tottenham's trophy drought is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. Liverpool almost pulling off an insane comeback, but we are going to win the Premier League title. 1 point ahead of Manchester City. 4 losses on the year, 86 points. That is an incredible season. Tottenham are Premier League champions. Oh, am I going to be playing Champions League again next year? That is incredible, fellas. Relegation zone, West Brom, Forest, Bournemouth go down. Damn, Bournemouth really went from what, like 8th last year down to the relegation, down to bottom of the table. And once you break one drought, the momentum just keeps rolling. We have won the FA Cup with Tottenham 3-1 over Leicester, beat Man City 1-0 in the semi, Man United in the quarters. You can't say we don't deserve to be in this position. We win an FA Cup with Tottenham. But we can't do the domestic treble. West Ham win the Carabao Cup. We went out in the quarterfinals to Liverpool. Oh my God. Athletic Bilbao won the Champions League. That makes me feel a lot better about how we went in the Champions League. But Athletic Bilbao win the Champions League over Man City. They beat Juventus 6-1 in the semi-finals. Bayern Munich in the quarters. What is in the water there in Athletic Bilbao? That is genuinely insane. Fair play to them. Fair play. Atletico Madrid win the Europa League over Roma. And Royal Antwerp beat Brighton to win the Conference League. Heung-min Son is a freak, man. 44 goal contributions. Surely he's at least nominated for the Ballon d'Or next year. 29 here for Solanke. But again, I don't know, man. He's 83 overall. I might go for an upgraded striker next year. Decent year for James Maddison. 88 for Kulusevski. We have got a really good side here. The lads on loan though, Hall up to a 67. Archie Gray up to a 75. Donnelly up +4. Ashley Phillips enters the 70s. Devine goes up to a 72. Odebear to a 77. I'm happy with the growth we've got here. And Alejo Veliz, he goes up to an 81. He's humming. But at the end of this season, we say goodbye to 2 goalkeepers. Fraser Forster finally retiring, and Alfie Whiteman, I'm letting walk on a free. Oh my God. We start off season 3, and we're in the unique position where all 3 of our centre midfielders want to leave the club. Bentancur has submitted a transfer request. I can't take him off the list. Yves Bissouma has submitted a loan request, and as we already knew, Sarr has submitted a transfer request. This is brutal. It won't even let me like negotiate the contract, especially with Sarr, where I can maybe say, do you want to become a rotation player? Oh, it's a fun spot. So as we wait to hear about the center midfield situation, I'm gonna do it, lads. We're signing a new star striker. Solanke has been decent, but we need to take that next step up if we want to win the Champions League. I feel like if I made this rebuild this time next year, Solanke would be the man, and I feel like he's going to get boosted up quite a lot into FC25. But right now, we're in the final month and a half of FC24. The man that we need to sign is Kolo Muani. The Frenchman is a huge pickup here. He is going to be such a presence up top. Oh, we've got the gold Premier League badge with Tottenham as well. That's beautiful. Miranda Kolo Muani joins us for 63 mil. How bold are Arsenal coming in and trying to loan Veliz here? No, not a chance, lads. And there we go. It's not necessarily the club that I expected him to go to, but out of our midfield, the man that I'm willing to part with the most is Bentancur. He's the oldest out of the 3. And I just don't want him sitting on the bench getting even more angry. So Rodrigo Bentancur, £46 million to send him to Leicester. He rejected Barcelona in this save to go to Leicester, which is definitely a choice. And speaking of Barcelona, they are going to continue their incredibly poor run from a business sense, selling Frankie de Jong to us here at Tottenham on a cut price deal. 11 months left on his contract. We get him for £63.5 million. He is going to be an absolute anchor in that centre midfield position for us. Dude, Arsenal just continue to be bold in this save. What is going on there? We do get another loan move here for Veliz. He could easily come back and be our starter next year, to be totally honest. But I'm going to send him to West Ham United for 2 years to see how he goes. Dane Scarlett heading to Everton on loan. And on the very same day, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg will be following the Christian Eriksen route, departing Tottenham for Manchester United. The Dane heads to Old Trafford for 20 mil. Looking to continue Divine's great growth. He's going to be heading to Girona for the year. And finally, we're going to sell Troy Parrott, the Irishman, heading to Besiktas on a permanent deal. A very big year ahead though, ladies and gentlemen. Solanke goes up to an 84, which makes, oh my God. Have I made the wrong decision? Oh my God, this is going to be an interesting 6 months. Also, Mickey van de Ven and Jean-Claire Todibo are both 85 overall. Both are 25 years of age. Sorry, he's 24, but there could be a little bit of competition there. This is going to be an interesting season, but it's one that I hope we can win the Champions League in. I mean, going out in the round of 16 last year, granted it was to Bilbao who won the Champions League, but at the time felt like a massive failure. We're going to be versing Jose Mourinho, and we're also going to be versing PSG. Kolo Muani will be coming up against his former side. I expect us and PSG to get out of the group, but with Jose Mourinho, you never know. Show me Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son is nominated among 3 Real Madrid players. It's Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Heung-min Son. Come on, Sonny. Win a Ballon d'Or, mate. We did not get the cutscene, and immediately I knew that was going to mean it was not Heung-min Son. It is Kylian Mbappe. Water's wet, grass is green. Mbappe wins Ballon d'Ors on FIFA. Justice for Heung-min Son. That hurts, man. I was really hopeful. Undefeated here. Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce have absolutely shat the bed, but we are going through, unsurprisingly, with PSG. I am happy, though, to see us top in the group. Are we going to get Bilbao again in the round of 16? We are going to verse the other Ukrainian side in the game. It is Shakhtar Donetsk. Bilbao are there. They've got Bayern Munich, rather. And PSG get Inter Milan. But Shakhtar Donetsk. Oh, we are not doing well in the Premier League, though. We are not doing well at all. We are sitting 9th right now. What is going on? Our title defense is going horribly. 6 losses, 4 draws. There is a lot of time left. But we are 7 points away from the top 4. We're not going to win the Premier League title this year. That would take a borderline miracle for us to do that. 16 points behind Liverpool. But we need to get our act together and get Tottenham back into the top 4. All right, here we go. This would be a massive failure if we went out to Shakhtar Donetsk here. Last year, Bilbao was disappointing, but you can see why it happened. This year, like this would be catastrophic. First leg away in the Ukraine, and we get a 3-2 win. It's a win, but it's not as comfortable as I hoped. Maybe I should be putting Manuel Solomon on so he can take on his former side. I've thrown Manuel Solomon onto the bench for this second leg in replacement of Brennan Johnson, just in the chance that he gets subbed on and can be a super sub for us against his former side. But we go here, 3-2 up. Do not lose this one. Do not lose this one. We do not lose this one. It is Heung-min Son. We absolutely dominate them. I will say I'm a little concerned by the lack of clinicality, but for the first time in this video, we are into the quarterfinals. God, here we are. All right, here we go. Real Madrid, quarterfinals. Sick. All right, we're going to have... This one's for Heung-min Son. I want to get revenge for Sonny. We're coming up against the 3 men that were nominated against him for the Ballon d'Or. Heung-min Son, this is your chance to step up and show the world why you deserve to win that Ballon d'Or. All right, first leg, we go away to the Bernabeu, into the Lions' Den. We need a strong first leg under our belt. Just get something to take back to Tottenham, even a draw. I'll take a win. I will take a win. Heung-min Son took my words personally. Sonny bags himself a brace, and we have got a 1-goal lead against the Galacticos. The lads are knackered, but the lads are also happy, and I'm hoping that happiness can carry us to a semi-final berth. We've got Madrid, we're at home, just do not lose. It's the same scenario we had against Shakhtar Donetsk, this time though, just a much more prestigious opponent. Come on, Tottenham. Come on, Tottenham. Come on, Tottenham. Udogi and Kolo Muani are bagging the goals. Mbappe scores, but it is not enough, and I'm very happy with that. A 4-2 aggregate victory over Real Madrid. That is beautiful. And I want Athletic Bilbao in the semis. And that's exactly what we get. Come on. Bilbao making it to the semi-finals for the 2nd straight year is actually cooked. I'm going to go take a look at their side. We know Tony had joined them. Almiron had as well, but Baumgartner's an absolute stud in career mode. Their team isn't insane, though. Miranda there, Miranda, Nordi Mukiele. It's a good team. But to tell me this team right here, Sunset, of course, would carry. But to tell me this team won a Champions League last year and is back again is pretty crazy. I guess they would be relying heavily on Nico Williams, Daniel Vivian. Like, the deeper you go into the squad, it makes a little more sense. But still, we should be wiping the floor with this team. So I've talked a big game, but let's see if we can actually back it up. Because right now, Bilbao have the bragging rights over us. We're away, a rainy night here. For the first leg, lay the foundations like we have all other times. 2-2, and Frankie de Jong gets a straight red. What are you doing, Frankie? Oh my God, that is... All right, we're heading back to Tottenham, heading back to North London without Frankie de Jong for the second leg. Basuma, I know we've had our differences, mate, but I'm going to need you to step up for me for this game. Here goes nothing, lads. Basuma into the starting 11. He's the only unhappy player in the starting 11, but I'm hoping he can put that to the side because we have an opportunity to get revenge on Bilbao and get Tottenham to a Champions League final. Will that happen? Yes, it will. And it's Bissouma scoring the winning penalty. Oh, you could not write that any better. Bissouma is going to score the winning penalty. Solanke misses his, but Tottenham are heading to a Champions League final. We'll face the winner of Barcelona and Leverkusen. Oh, that's actually hilarious though. My pep talk to Bissouma worked wonders. At least that's what I'm going to say. And it is going to be Leverkusen versus Tottenham in the Champions League final here in season number 3. This is exciting. I always do like it, I'm not going to lie, when we get to verse teams that aren't Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, or Man City. I feel like it's always one of those 4. Leverkusen is starting to pop up more often, but I'm okay with it for now. Taking a look around the grounds though, Napoli win the Europa League. Marseille win the Conference League. Oh my God, we have had an insane second half of the year. Man City win the Premier League, but I'm over the moon that we have snuck in. Not even snuck in. I mean, yeah, actually no, snuck in. We finished 1 point clear of 5th placed Arsenal, but we finished 2nd in the Premier League this year. We've had an awesome second half of the year. Champions League football coming our way again in season 4 if we don't win tonight. Who got relegated? I want to see a big team. It's none of the big teams. Unfortunately though, we cannot add a community shield to our trophy cabinet, nor can we defend the FA Cup. Aston Villa win that. We actually lost to Villa on penalties in the semi-final. And Man United win a Manchester derby in the Carabao Cup. We did not come close this year. Kulusevski finishing as our tied golden boot winner with Heung-min Son, but he actually gets 6 more assists. We could see Kulusevski nominated next season, but to be totally honest, I'm hoping we don't find that out. I want to see if we can get a Champions League title here with Tottenham Hotspur and really get this trophy run up and running. Tottenham have been in this position before. A Champions League final is not newfound territory for some, but they are yet to win it. Let's break the duck. Leverkusen have done us for pace there. Gyökeres forces a save off what it was not too powerful of a shot. Go on, Destiny. Good touch to get it past Frimpong. Goes back nicely to Eze. Son, this is great passing. Maddison shoots and forces the save. Look at the curve he has got on his crossing abilities. Let's use this to our advantage. Maddison drills it in. Kulusevski scored! Oh my God, he scored that. He actually scored that. That is one of the most unique corner goals I've scored. I have not seen an animation like that all year. The curve helps immediately. I'm surprised Kulusevski gets his head onto it, and the curve has helped shape that header into the top left-hand corner. Look at how much movement is on that. I thought that was well over. Oh my God. Jeremy Frimpong slides that one to Gyökeres. Good save, Vicario. We need to stay focused. Correct. Why are we letting him drive through like that? Vicario is saving our asses right now. Kulusevski, the goal scorer, holding it up. Going there to Kolo Muani. No need to force it. Just wait for the right moment, fellas. It's Maddison into the box. Get it back. Go! Oh, what a great scrambling save. Nicely done, Maddison, to tip that one on. Great touch, Kulusevski. I see you, Kolo Muani, but I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to go with Oh my God, Kulusevski could have had a magic moment. But the nice part about this, yes, I should probably be calling him to the corner and wasting time, but we get to use Maddison's crazy curve again. Can it help us for the second time? Not there, it doesn't. Maddison, though. Second bite at the cherry. That's weak. I should have taken a touch. But it does not matter. The referee blows the full-time whistle. That was an exciting Champions League final, but it ends with Tottenham winning their first Champions League. What a moment. And honestly, Tottenham fans, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this in the next 5 years with Ange Postecoglou at the helm. I am incredibly biased, I know that, but I've seen Ange Postecoglou do it both with my own eyes in the A-League with the Brisbane Roar and for the Australian national team. He was okay with the national team, but seeing what he's done with the Roar, Barcelona, with the victory, the Melbourne victory, in the the J-League, in bloody Scotland with Celtic, it is only a matter of time until Tottenham are lifting a trophy under Ange Postecoglou. But for now, it's going to have to do in FC24 as Heung-min Son, who has been an absolute stud in this video, will be the man who lifts the Champions League title against his former side. Tottenham are European champions. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.